Once upon a time, there was a wise and clever minister who served in the court of a great king. Known far and wide for his sharp mind and resourcefulness, he was the king's most trusted advisor. Whenever the kingdom faced a dilemma, the king sought his counsel, confident that the minister would find a solution. But such brilliance often sparks jealousy, and the other courtiers envied his influence over the king. Hidden behind polite smiles, they secretly schemed, waiting for an opportunity to diminish him. One day, as the king strolled through his palace gardens during a leisurely conversation, he remarked to the minister,
"You are undoubtedly the most intelligent man I know. But tell me, how is it that your son is so foolish? He seems to lack common sense entirely."
The minister stopped in his tracks, taken aback by the comment. With calm composure, he asked,
"Your Majesty, may I inquire why you believe my son to be foolish?"
The king chuckled as he continued his story.
"Every morning, as I walk through the market, your son is there. Without fail, I ask him the same question. What is more valuable, gold or silver? And every day, he confidently answers, silver. Everyone in the market laughs at him. How can a boy who cannot tell gold from silver be the son of someone as wise as you?"
Though the minister felt stung by the words, he lowered his head in a respectful bow and replied,
"I will look into this matter, Your Majesty."
That evening, once home, the minister called for his son.
"Tell me, my boy, what is more valuable, gold or silver?"
The boy's face lit up with an easy smile.
Gold, of course, Father. You've taught me that since I was a child.
The minister frowned in confusion.
"Then why, every morning, do you tell the king that silver is more valuable? It has become the talk of the court, and you are mocked widely for it."
The boy grinned mischievously. "Father, let me explain. Every morning the king places 2 coins before me, 1 gold and 1 silver, and asks me to take the more valuable one, so I take the silver coin. Do you know why? If I choose the gold coin, the game will end. The king will stop asking me, and the little fortune I've been quietly collecting will come to a halt. By choosing the silver coin each day, I've gathered a full box of them. None of this would have been possible had I taken the gold. Why trade a steady flow of silver coins for just 1 gold coin?" The minister blinked in surprise, his initial frustration replaced by a swelling sense of pride. His son wasn't foolish. He was brilliantly shrewd. The next day, when the king again commented on the boy's supposed foolishness, the minister simply smiled and said nothing. The courtiers smirked, believing their mockery had landed its mark. But the minister's heart brimmed with pride, for he knew that wisdom often hides where others least expect it. Moral: sometimes what appears foolish on the surface conceals great wisdom underneath. True genius lies not in conforming to common expectations, but in seeing the world differently. Those who think outside the box often teach us the most profound lessons.
In a small village, a farmer went out to work in the cold weather. While walking through the fields, he found a cobra lying still, motionless from the cold. The farmer felt sorry for the snake, realizing it must be so cold that it could barely move. The kind farmer bent down to pick up the snake and tucked it into his shirt to keep warm. The snake gradually warmed up and began to move. When he reached his hut, the farmer put the snake down near the fire. But as soon as the snake regained consciousness, it bared its fangs at the farmer. The farmer was shocked and dismayed by the snake's sudden hostility.
"What are you doing? I saved you."
"I am a cobra. My instinct is to bite. It's my nature."
As soon as it finished speaking, the cobra immediately bit the farmer. The farmer was in pain and began to weaken. Before he collapsed, he wailed, "I shouldn't have helped you in the first place. Being kind in the wrong place will only bring disaster to yourself." This story teaches us that don't be kind to those who are ungrateful, because in the end, it may come back to hurt us.
Once in a quiet village, there lived a humble farmer. One day, his only horse broke free and ran off into the hills. When his neighbor heard the news, he rushed over. "What bad luck!" the neighbor exclaimed, shaking his head. The farmer, unfazed, smiled softly, replied. Short pause, the sound of a gentle breeze. The very next day, the runaway horse returned, but it wasn't alone. It brought with it a small herd of wild horses, a gift from the hills. His neighbor's eyes widened when he saw them. "What great luck!" he said with delight. The farmer simply nodded, his answer the same as before. "Maybe." Background shifts faintly, footsteps crunching on dirt. The following day, the farmer's son attempted to tame one of the wild horses, but the beast bucked and threw him off, leaving the boy with a broken leg. When the neighbor heard of the accident, he hurried back to the farm. "What terrible luck!" he exclaimed. His face was heavy with a look of sorrow. Yet the farmer simply shrugged and said, "Maybe." A few more days passed and news traveled to the village. Soldiers had come, conscripting all the able-bodied young men for war. But when they saw the farmer's son limping on his broken leg, they left him behind. The neighbor, watching from his fields, came over one last time. He looked at the boy and then at the farmer. His voice was thoughtful now. "You were right," he said. "Maybe. Life, like the wind, is always shifting, neither good nor bad. It simply is. What seems unfortunate today may reveal itself as a hidden blessing tomorrow, and what appears fortunate may in time come with its own trials. So meet life with grace, and when faced with its twists and turns, perhaps all you need to say is, maybe. Accept life as it comes.
Please share, comment, like, and subscribe.